Hello there friends! Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're tuning in, welcome! I'm Karla May and I'm delighted to have you join me for this little flip of my January memory keeping pages in my classic size Happy Planner. I'm using the Wanderlust classic size Happy Planner and it has a horizontal layout which I'm really enjoying this year. It gives me lots of room to decorate, which I love to do, as well as fill in all my weekly tasks. If you're interested in seeing how I decorate my Happy Planner, I will link a playlist of all of my Plan With Me's that I started doing this year. I actually started a little series called Around the World in 52 Weeks. And since this is a travel kind of themed Happy Planner and I totally love to travel, I decided to decorate each week in a different theme. So be sure to check those out if you're looking for some fresh ideas. In previous years, I used a vertical Happy Planner and I really enjoyed doing my memory keeping sort of week by week, and I can link a playlist to those videos also in the description box. But this year, I have been using my monthly calendar page as kind of a memory keeping page, as well as this dashboard page. I've really been enjoying changing it up this year and challenging myself to do monthly memory keeping. I kind of like to keep changing it up every year just to kind of keep my creative juices flowing and just try to come up with some fresh ideas. And I should say the disc system is really awesome for me because I can add in different items from the Happy Planner line. I have these documented sheets that I've been using. I got these at Hobby Lobby in their clearance sale. And there's also this packet of page protectors. So they're actually like little pockets to keep photos in, and they come in a bunch of different sizes. So you can do like 4 to a page or 3. It looks like there's like 3 sheets of each design. So they hold 2 by 2, 3 inches by 4 inches, and 4 by 6. So those are the different size photos you could use, but you could also put like stickers in there or little journal cards. So anything you want to do. But I've also been using some of these from a memory keeping in last year's book, which I'm still working on. So I suspect I'll be using them this year, probably in the month of March, because I took a lot of pictures at PlannerCon. But we'll start with today's flip of my January pages. This is the first page, and I just stamped my name on the front page here. And then this is the yearly kind of overview calendar. And then here's the very first dashboard page. So this is what the original page looks like in the Happy Planner. They have goals this month, celebrating, they usually list whatever kind of holidays or special days are that month. And then this is just lined, so you could probably write anything. So I did change it up just because I didn't think I was going to probably fill in my goals. I would actually do those probably on another sheet. And the celebrating seemed kind of redundant. I mean, they have the main days here, and I don't actually have like a birthday every month to celebrate in my family. So I decided just to change up these kind of little headers and just do something that I knew was going to be fun or easy to fill in every month. I like memory keeping because even if you think you have nothing worth noting, it's really not true at all. I mean, even just like the books you read or TV shows that you're binging that month, it doesn't seem like a big deal in the moment, but like many years down the road, it is fun to look back on. And think about, like, wouldn't you love to know what books your great-grandmother read or what her morning routine was? I mean, she thought her morning routine was probably, you know, pretty mundane, but it would be really fun to see what somebody's morning routine was like 50 or 70 years ago, completely different than ours. So those are pretty mundane things that we take for granted, thinking that, you know, nobody's really going to be interested, but it's really fun to look back on your own life and just see all those little parts of daily life that are so easy to kind of forget from one day to the next. I mean, think about how many different morning routines you've had, you know, since you were little, from like going to, you know, elementary school and high school, through your college years, through like first jobs or other jobs. Maybe if you decided to become like a stay-home mom or an entrepreneur, or you took time off for travel. I mean, think about like your different like routines for different parts of your life. Even that like one thing is really pretty interesting. So I think even though like these are all like little things to look back on, I still think they're like worth noting. Like most days I'm just kind of doing my normal day job and just working on random tasks or projects. But it's fun to remember like what books I'm reading, like the coffee shops I'm frequenting, and just like what's on my mind at any given season of my life. And that's the thing, like there are seasons to life. Sometimes it's only when you like look back and you see that chapters of your life have like come and gone, and sometimes you just need to like stop and like take a good look around you and just like take it all in. So that's what memory keeping lets you do. You can just take like a quick snapshot of your everyday life, just like whatever's just like mundane life, but also extraordinary and interesting things that's happening. But especially I think it's like the little things, because like when you think about it, that's mostly what your life is made up of, or just like little things, projects you're working on, books you're reading, people you're meeting, what your just daily schedule is. That's kind of what makes up your daily life. But I think it's worth looking back on. So that's why I love memory keeping. So you'll find as we go through here that my life, it's just kind of like little things that I do by myself or with my sweetie, little places we go, and that's kind of what I include in my memory keeping. So these are my January dashboard pages, and I wanted my dashboard pages to be like easy and fun. So that's why I changed these categories. So I decided every month, normally I'm crafting something. Like I'm either working on my planner or even just like doing my layout. I consider that kind of like a crafty thing to do. Maybe I'm making some jewelry for myself, like whatever. So I thought that is going to be something that's like easy for me to document because I'm generally working on something. So that was one of my categories. And I also consider crafting for me, it's kind of like self-care because I consider it's pretty relaxing. So I decided to do crafting. And then I also did on my mind. And on my mind can be anything. I kind of started on my mind last year. And I'll try to show that book once I get it done. It's kind of like some months are done, some aren't. So it's a little bit of a mess right now. But on my mind is just like kind of whatever's on my mind, really. So like in January, it was making hotel reservations for PlannerCon, and I put a little note to start earlier because yeah, that was probably like, too late. I think I got one of the last rooms they had in the room block. So, next year I'll start earlier. Also, I was really intent on getting more steps in because I was tracking my steps. And I need to get back on that because I do enjoy walking, and I feel like when I track it, I tend to walk more. So that's something I need to continue working on. But that was something that I was just like thinking of a lot. That was kind of like a theme throughout the month. My third category of my dashboard page I decided would be called adventures. And I thought that could sort of include anything. Just a new place maybe that we go out to dinner, or maybe something funny that happened. Any sort of adventure. So I decided to do adventures, and for one of our adventures in January, we went to have lunch. It was kind of lunch brunch actually at a place called Ola. It was a Mexican restaurant in Huntington Beach. So I think that morning, it was like a Saturday or Sunday morning, Jose just wanted to like go out driving and look at the ocean. So we did that, and then we ended up having our lunch there, and we took a little selfie. So the dashboard page like doesn't have to be a lot. Like I just printed these pictures out. They're actually just printed out on normal paper, like a 32-pound kind of cardstock. So they're a little bit heavier, but you'll see on my monthly page that it's like a lighter weight paper. So I don't worry too much. I really just want it to be easy so that I actually do it. And I decided having pictures sent somewhere, to like Walgreens or CVS or Target or wherever, and then picking them up, it might be like one more impediment to me like getting my project done. So I decided I was just gonna print them out at home, whatever paper I had, and just do that. And they're like not perfect pictures, but they're not bad either. I just take them with my phone, and yeah, so that's what I've got. So I've got a couple pictures here, some little stickers. I put my own little categories. So, don't feel like you have to use whatever categories someone else has designed for you. Do what you want to keep track of. I think in other years, I've kept track of like books I read, podcasts. So if you love to read, you could do a whole section on the books that you read that month, or whatever series that you're binge watching on Netflix. So I keep track of that stuff in my monthly page, which I'll show you in a minute. But I think you can keep track of just anything that you're interested in that's important to you right now during this season of your life. So this little half sheet is one of these that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. This was during their little clearance sale. So I think I got 2 packages of these. So I have like 120 of these. So I thought, I'm going to just challenge myself to use one every month since I have them and just see if I enjoy it or not. So it does give me another place to kind of put some photos in, which is nice. So this is where we had lunch one time at this place called Genki Sushi, which I think is really fun. I also just include like just random moments. Like Jose and I love to just chill out at Starbucks. That's like pretty mundane. Like a lot of people like to go to Starbucks, but you know what? That might be something unique to this season of our life together. Going to this particular Starbucks and spending like Saturday afternoon or whatever. So if I think back on our relationship, we used to have other coffee shops that we used to frequent, and I enjoyed going to all those places too. So it's kind of just fun just to pick out the little details that make your life special right now. So I also got to pick up my airline ticket for PlannerCon. I got that in January. This area down here is the little currently section. I know some people like these, some people don't. I decided to fill it out and see if I enjoy doing it. I have done it in some of my other planners and I kind of liked it, so we'll see. It's also a spot where you could easily just put a picture over this or decorative paper and some cute stickers. So I think it should just be whatever you think is fun to remember. And if some part is not fun to fill out, then just change it or just don't do it at all. Memory keeping, in my opinion, is just supposed to be kind of a fun and relaxing thing to do, fun to create, and fun to look back on. And then on the back of this little half sheet, there's spots for photos, and then this is sort of a grid area. So for this month, I put a photo. I was lucky to get to go to 2 different planner meetups, so that was super fun. I've been dying to meet some planner girls since I moved to California, so I was really fortunate I got to attend 2 planner meetups in January. This is also a page where you could easily make up your own categories. So like these, I just printed these out on paper and just cut them out. You could easily make new categories for anything that you want to remember about the month. Just make a category for it. So then here is my divider page, and I think the dividers in this planner are so cute. They're just adorable. So I have this cute little globe for January, and then we move into my monthly layout, and this is where I keep track of all kinds of things. So it's kind of a photo a day, but honestly, I don't always take a photo every day. You'll see I keep track of, podcasts that I'm listening to, movies that we watched, like this Gotti or The Informant. This was another podcast that I was listening to. This was a show on Netflix I was watching called You. This is a really good one and creepy. So that's a really fun one if you like kind of creepy-ish shows. I also include photos that I took, like this one I took. I just thought the sky looked really pretty with all these pretty colors. This was my haul that I got at Hobby Lobby that week. This was a pile of planners at the planner meetup that I went to. This was Jose just standing and waiting for our coffee order at Starbucks. So I snapped a little picture of him when he wasn't looking. This was a night when I couldn't sleep, so I was just like up. I don't know. It was probably like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I don't know. Sometimes you just can't sleep, things are on your mind. And anyway, I looked out the balcony just kind of randomly because I was just kind of walking around the living room trying to decide if I should just, get up and read or go back to bed. And I saw this little cat sitting by the pool. So I just snapped a picture. So I thought he's probably up too. Maybe he can't sleep either, or maybe he's out hunting. I don't know. But I thought he was cute sitting out there. So I took a little picture of the kitty. I also take a picture every week of my planner layout. So whatever I do for decoration in my planner. So I include those. Really anything. This was one of the eclipse pictures, and obviously I didn't take this with my iPhone. I actually was watching it live on the rooftop of our building, but I was also listening to the stream from the Griffith Observatory in LA, and they had just awesome video footage. So I just actually did a little screenshot on my phone, and then I printed that out. This was a picture of my new kind of planner bag, also this one here, that I picked up at Tuesday morning. So you can see it can be really anything. This was a little blimp that we saw in the sky that I thought was cool. Elvis's birthday, because you know I'm a huge Elvis fan, so I had a picture of Elvis for his birthday. And then I just added a little few stickers. I think these actually were cut out with my heart punch. So these two from just, you know, scrap paper. And I think I put that sticker on from one of my One Canoe 2 sticker books. So really, it's pretty simple. These are just 1.5 by 1.5 squares. They're actually just on regular printer paper. They might be 28 pound, but they might be 20 pound because they're pretty thin when I trim them. And so they're like not the best photo quality in the world, but it's like enough for me to kind of remember what the month was about. Like here's where I picked up my ticket for PlannerCon. This was Jose at Starbucks, just like watching, because he likes to just like sit, have coffee, and watch like news and just like comedy and stuff on his tablet. So it was kind of like, that's a little snapshot of when we hang out at the coffee shop. So just like very simple memories of just what like daily life is like. And this is a pretty quick, easy way to put your monthly memories together. Let me show you. This is how like my month starts out. So I will usually put in, like I'm filming this on Thursday right now, but I had book group last night. So usually I'll put in little post-its of things I need to remember. So like if I had an appointment or something, or a book group, or a meetup, or like PlannerCon, I think I had this moved over to this weekend, and then I started writing things in. But anything that I'm actually, you know, is like appointment related that I need to like remember that's going on that month, maybe someone's birthday, I just put that on a post-it note and put it in the month. Because eventually my month is going to turn out like this. So all the post-it notes get taken off, and all these little pencil marks, if you can see them, are what photos I'm going to put in or something that we did that day. So I will go through my phone and just see what pictures I have. So I don't always worry if I'm going to take a picture every day, because who needs the pressure, right? Some days I take pictures, some days I don't. But it's okay, because we usually watch like a movie or something on Netflix, or there might be a book I'm reading, like for book club, or I might listen to a podcast. So it can be anything. You know, a podcast I'm often listening to throughout the month. So wherever I have an open spot, I'll put that in. So like I went to Disney on the 8th. So that actually happened on that day. But we've been watching Ozark on Netflix, season 2, which is a really good show, by the way, if you're looking for something new to watch. We watched season 1 in February, and now we finished up season 2 in March. But that we've kind of watched throughout the whole month. So wherever I have kind of an empty spot, I'll just put that in. So if I actually traveled somewhere and those actually happened on a specific day, I'll put them in on the specific day. Same with my PlannerCon pictures. Or like book club. I'll put a picture of whatever book we were reading for that month. So I had book club on the 12th. I'm actually in 2 right now. So I had one on the 12th, and then my other book club on the 27th. Which, if you have a goal of reading more, book clubs are really awesome, because they do get you to like get the book, read it, complete it, and it's fun to talk about it with other people. So that's a great thing. If one of your goals this year was to read more books, I would definitely suggest joining a book group. I think they even have online book groups if you don't have people in your area. Another thing I do that I pointed out is that I put my pictures of my layouts, and those can go any day. So for example, we did actually go to Starbucks on this Saturday, and the night before, it looks like we went out for coffee and I was watching You. But the podcast, I probably listen to throughout the month. This podcast I like a lot. It's about organizing and she's really great. So I listen to this whenever I kind of need a little motivation to organize something, or if I just want to see what's new with her podcast. So even though it might look like a lot of pictures throughout the month, I bet if you post a lot on Instagram or Facebook, you're going to have more pictures than you know what to do with. And you can also put in cute stickers or cute quotes or just a cute memory of something that happened that day, or even just decorative paper or cute little stickers that you like. So you don't need to feel like you have to fill in every single square if you don't want to. You can just, do it however you want and however is fun and easy for you. So like I said, I just cut my pictures out. They're 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. I actually just sort of cut and paste them onto like a Word doc or a Pages doc. So it prints out 8.5 by 11, and then I just cut them out and glue them in. And then I have these stickers that I stick on to denote the dates. And this is what that book looks like. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's Agenda 52 Paper Studio. So if you go to Hobby Lobby a lot, you know that Paper Studio often goes on sale. See, they have circle ones, different colors, and these are all the flags. And I want to say in one book, you're going to get enough to do a whole year, I think. So you get like a ton of stickers. They're usually $10, but I always wait till they're half off, and then they're only $5. And I just stick them on, each corner. If it covers up like where I can't read like the name or the title, then I just leave it off. But otherwise, yeah, I just stick them on and just put it right in the corner. So it's really, really easy. So after my monthly page, it goes right into my weekly pages. And that's another spot where you could add some memory keeping. This one, I think I just added that we went to Starbucks. This one, I said that we made my hotel reservations for PlannerCon. So those were just open spots where I didn't really have any tasks written down. And if you are interested in seeing how I decorate these, I do have videos for most weeks, and I can add a link for the playlist if you want to check those out. Here I noted it was Elvis's birthday. Here we also went out to Starbucks to chill out. I usually will mark my tasks. I will highlight them when I'm done. So you can see I don't always get everything done every week. I wish I did, but sometimes things come up and you just don't get to everything. This was my London tea week. I should say this was my New York City for New Year's Eve week. This week was a Swiss chalet theme. And I love this picture, so pretty. This was my London tea week. This was Danish hygge, which I love how this one turned out. It looks really, really cozy. And the last week of January was Tulum, Mexico. So kind of like the Cancun area of Mexico. And I got to use my cute little squad girls from Happy Planner and a beautiful picture of Tulum that I took several years ago. So I try to get everything done, but some weeks you don't get everything done. So I just leave it and either move it on to the next week or it just doesn't get done. It does feel good though to highlight and cross off when I do complete something. So I do like to do that. And I just use kind of a light colored marker. They're not actually highlighters, but they're pretty light, so I just kind of try to match it to my theme for the week. I hope you enjoyed this look into my monthly memory keeping, and I hope you got some fresh ideas for your own pages. February will be coming up soon. I'm working on March right now, and I have a lot of pictures from my trip to PlannerCon, so you'll be able to see how easy it is to add them to the weekly pages if you want to do something a little bit more elaborate than this. So I'll see you all very soon. Until then, have a great week, friends. Bye!